So the agassi method allows you to attack your opponent using the time factor and the moving while hitting factor, okay? And you could obviously throw in some pace there as well if you're able to hit hard like Andre Agassi, but it's not necessary. Obviously, the additional pace allows you to take away time from your opponent. But the way this works is, and as you saw on court, you are controlling the middle of the court and you are taking these cross-court balls and hitting into the open court, and you're running your opponent from side to side. And the idea is to get your opponent to move to the ball, hit, and then he's trying to recover, but you take the ball early and then force him to go to the other end of the court, and then he's just going to go back and forth, and eventually he's going to be so out of position, right? He'll be like somewhere over here by the time you make contact with the ball. You can put it into the open court, and then you're really exploiting the moving while hitting factor. You either get him to make an error or he leaves you a short ball, gives you one of those point-ending opportunities. Now, the key with this particular play is you need to be able to handle the trajectory variable quite well, and you need to be able to take time away from yourself, and you need to be able to handle the strike zone medium to low, okay, the lower end of the spectrum, although in reality it could be the high end of the spectrum as well if your opponent is giving you a lot of high balls. Because the key to this exercise is to really hug the base, or this exercise, the key to this play is to hug the baseline, all right? You got to take the ball early, and the reason you have to take it early is because you're trying to take away time from your opponent. Now, if you back up, if you use the exact same play, but you back up, then you give your opponent way too much time, and they are going to be able to recover and get to your subsequent shots, right? The key here is that with each successive shot, you're chipping away at the amount of time they have so that they ultimately get really out of position. So to be able to do that, you got to be right up on the baseline. And if we got you here, you know, you could have all sorts of trajectories coming into you. You could have one, you know, the ball's coming right up, you know, off the bounce. You got to take it low, or maybe it's up high in your strike zone. But you can't give your position off of the baseline. Otherwise, you give your opponent too much time, and they are able to get back into the correct position, and this play is not going to be effective. So, you know, maybe you could back up a little bit if you wanted to add a bit of pace, but then that brings the consistency into question. And really the best way, like I said, this works is when you're just right up on the baseline. You can use pace as well if you're able to take that ball early and really rip it like an Agassi or a Celis or a Davydenko or a Djokovic or whoever. So that's really the key, is up on the baseline, take that time away. That is how you are going to make this play effective and really hurt your opponent with it.